Other world news now, and Benjamin Netanyahu has nominated Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. But yeah, that's it. We're in 2025. Those words make sort of thematic sense. They shouldn't do, but they do.
Well, it's easy to take the piss out of Trump being nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. And that's bad.
Yep.
It shouldn't be easy to take the piss out of the nominees for the Nobel Peace Prize. It should be really difficult to roast them. You shouldn't be go, oh, this fucking moron negotiated peace between two war-torn it's but I guess he's sort of forging peace through the lesser-known method of making sure that there's no one left to be at war with.
Yeah. And doing that on multiple fronts as well, not just environmentally, politically. It's
if there are less countries,
there's
less chance of war breaking out.
Yeah, but I guess that's statistically true. I mean, it's just the same, I guess, with if you have with tennis players, that if you put 128 tennis players in a tennis area, like a facility, they'll probably have a Grand Slam singles competition. But the fewer tennis
It's also worth noting for listeners that Wimbledon is also happening. So Andy's attention is being pulled in a couple of different directions.
The fewer tennis players there are, the less likely a spontaneous tournament is to break out. You're quite right.
I mean, it comes to something where this is so inappropriate that even the fact that Netanyahu has nominated Trump for a peace prize is a declaration of war on the concept of irony. One of history's biggest nominating one of history's other biggest for a peace prize, it is beyond my powers of comprehension. It's like asking Ronald McDonald to pick Vegan of the Year. It's absolutely astonishing.
Unless they have something planned in which the two of them acknowledge, with the level of self-awareness that Wian Mulder has laid out for all humanity to learn from, think, well, the way that we can create peace for the world is by spending the rest of our lives on a desert island, arm in arm, singing "Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong."
It's come to something. So, but Netanyahu is having what are being referred to as indirect peace talks in a couple of the articles, which again should give you a pretty good sign that neither of these two fucking cunts is interested in the concept of peace. They can't even talk directly about it.
Does that involve just sort of mirrors?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you never have to look anyone directly in the eye.
And it's a double negative thing as well, because if you get war times war equals peace, I think. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
that's how it worked in the 20th century with World War, certainly.
So Netanyahu came with a copy of a letter that he sent to the Nobel Prize Committee and said, it's nominating you for the Peace Prize, which is well deserved, and you should get it. And then, according to Time magazine, Trump responded by holding the paper that Netanyahu presented him and saying, coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful. And listen, who amongst us could not appreciate that Benjamin Netanyahu, a man who currently, lest we forget, stands accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity relating to the war in Gaza, which has led to the deaths of, according to estimates, more than 50,000 Palestinians. I'll say this for the guy. It takes a thief to catch a thief. And that guy knows what the opposite of peace looks like.
To be fair, he didn't say coming from you in particular, this is very good. He said it's very meaningful. And it means we are
He also said that Trump deserved the accolade because he was, quotes, forging peace. And I think forging is the entirely appropriate word there. I think, for once, a politician is speaking directly in terms that we can understand. Now, look, like I say, I've been busy with other stuff. But I have also come to realise there's no point following the news from Washington, D.C. on a day-to-day, even a week-to-week or a month-to-month basis, because it will have changed, or the implications will have changed. But for Benjamin Netanyahu to fillet the Trumpian ego plonker, metaphorically speaking, of course, almost certainly metaphorically speaking, with talk of a peace prize, whilst basically on the same day, his defence minister, Israel Katz, talks about driving the people of Gaza into a camp And that's the kind of thing, maybe I'm a little oversensitive to these things and words such as camp because of my Jewish heritage, but that's the kind of thing you would have expected. Let's not go there. Katz described the proposed non-voluntary lodging arrangements for the people of Gaza as a humanitarian city to be filled by an emigration plan. And that is the kind of propagandic, euphemistical language, and maybe, again, I'm a bit sensitive to this because of my Jewish background, that would have been used by... No.
Can I just confirm? His name is Israel Katz.
Yes.
It sounds like a charity. It sounds like like it'd be like our defence minister being called Batsy Dogzone. And then every time you got to say Israel Katz has suggested, it just sounds like the cats of Israel have just got hate in their feline hearts.
Well, I mean, it's in many ways, again, we can find the positives in these things. It means that everyone involved in the film Cats is no longer responsible for the most appalling cats of the decade so far. So, we can cling to these things.
Do you think James Corden is funding the IDF just to get that title away from him?
Get driven down the SEO.
Yeah.
Get it to page 7 of Google. Anna Alon Beck, who's an Israeli-born law professor at Case Western Reserve University, has also submitted a nomination for Donald Trump before the deadline. And she said that she'd done this because by securing the release of hostages, he had demonstrated why he's a deserving recipient. One of the other things she said that qualified him and that he was standing firm against is anti-Semitism. She said Trump had been standing firm against anti-Semitism. Now, bear in mind that this is happening in the same week where Trump, at a rally, used the word Shylocks to describe bankers. Which, I mean, I don't know if we can talk about textbook cases of anti-Semitism, but it's pretty close to a textbook case of anti-Semitism. It's textbook adjacent. So it's a sort of stunning level of cognitive dissonance that we've got ourselves into now, where Trump can literally say something that the Anti-Defamation League describes as very troubling, but New York Congressman Daniel Goldman described in more direct terms as blatant and vile anti-Semitism. It's come to something that Trump can do that in the same week and then be submitted for the Nobel Peace Prize for his fight against anti-Semitism. Like, I'm losing my mind here. What the is going on?
So I guess in conclusion, we can maybe say that a Nobel Peace Prize for Trump is, at this stage, still premature. Can we agree on that?
It's premature in the sense that referring to a single sperm as a premature baby is premature. Listen, if we're getting into this terrain, then let's just go the whole hog. Somebody nominate the Bugle for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, yes. I mean, I think that actually makes quite a lot more sense.
Let's just put it this way. It doesn't make any less sense.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Who is allowed to nominate Pete? Is it like the Ballon d'Or? It has to be like the club captains and the captains of the country.
Is it like a committee of the world's most peaceable people?
So I'm gonna break the habit of a lifetime on this podcast and actually tell you that I do know this information. According to the Nobel Foundation,
this is your last time on the show.
Nominators can include any head of state, national level politician, professors of various humanities and social science disciplines, directors of peace research or foreign policy institutes, former laureates, and this final category says podcast listeners.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think we're in with a shout.
That's right. So I qualify as a professor of what was it? Professor of
various humanities and social science disciplines.
All right.
Is cricket statistics not a social science?
I think of myself as a professor of the groove. And, so would that be covered by that? I think it would.
It's laureates, female Eddie Stobart drivers. That's what I call them. The lovely laureates here.
That is why you're always welcome on the show, Ian.
The international listenership is baffled.